1. He humiliated a coworker by yanking down their pants in the middle of the office, underwear included, right in front of everyone. The culprit got fired, and the victim took 6 weeks off, citing emotional distress. 3. Someone insulted the boss by calling him an aiki during a meeting. Speaking out against authority, especially in front of an amused audience, rarely ends well. 4. When I worked at Dollar General, a coworker got caught selling illegal substances to customers. Instead of termination, management politely requested he stop. It was hard to get fired there despite half the staff being intoxicated most of the time. If you got canned at that place, you truly messed up. 5. At Sonic, a new rule banned leggings. They posted signs and sent texts about it for 2 weeks. One coworker wore leggings anyway, refused to change or borrow spare pants from another employee's car, and was fired for non-compliance. 6. A new hire broke a safety rule within his first 10 minutes. When I pointed it out, he angrily stormed off, shouting, "Nobody tells me what to do." 7. A friend's coworker lost his job for using the company credit card to pay for escorts. 8. At my job with a lab animal company, a coworker brought cough drops to work, violating strict biosecurity protocols. We aren't allowed to bring personal items into the sterile area. Only prescription eyewear and hearing aids are permitted. Despite years on the job, he tried to hide the drops in his cubby. Unfortunately, management discovered them, and he was fired. Ironically, if he had just reported his cough, he would have been granted paid leave since it was during the early days of COVID. 9. A guy sniffed the chair a woman had been sitting on, as if that was a normal thing to do, right in front of a room full of people. 10. At the Canada Revenue Agency, employees are warned not to access their own tax files. Doing so gets flagged and leads to immediate termination. The agency regularly reminds us of this, yet every year someone still does it. Plugging personal devices into work computers is another major violation. One coworker ignored my warning to unplug her phone and was escorted out of the building within an hour. 11. At an outdoor retail store, an employee set off a can of bear spray inside during business hours. Although he claimed it was accidental, security footage showed him purposely testing the trigger. The entire store had to be evacuated, and neutralizer was used to clean the carpet. When confronted, he admitted, "I wanted to see how bad it was." It was really bad. He later left to start a towing business. 12. A man hid under a desk, planning to scare a coworker. Unfortunately, the desk's occupant had changed, and the woman now sitting there was 7 months pregnant. His prank caused her to injure her abdomen, leading to medical leave for the remainder of her pregnancy. Tito 13. A coworker was caught trying to take upskirt photos on the stairs. Security was called, and the police found more disturbing content on his devices, including illegal material, leading to his arrest. In another case, a manager pressured subordinates to buy her children's fundraiser items, violating company policy, and was fired after repeated warnings. Another employee was let go after a tirade sparked by a colleague asking a simple question during a maternity leave visit. 14. A coworker had a friend call in, falsely claiming he had died in a car accident. He showed up the next day, demanding his paycheck, only to be promptly fired. 15. My supervisor had planned and prepaid for a European vacation, but was forced to cancel when the big boss announced his own trip. She went anyway and was fired. 16. A coworker made a female employee uncomfortable by repeatedly asking her out. After being warned by HR to cease contact, he immediately reached out to her again and was terminated. 17. An entry-level accounting hire was fired for saying he was tired when casually asked by the CFO how he was doing. The CFO disliked bad attitudes and had a reputation for swiftly removing employees who displayed them. 18. A coworker with a princess mindset started leaving work early without clocking out and having others do it for her. Things escalated when she took someone's lunch from the fridge and asked the very person she had stolen it from what was in the sandwich. She was finally fired after leadership reviewed both this incident and her ongoing time fraud. 19. A forklift operator tipped the vehicle, lifting 2 wheels off the ground. When warned to drive safely, he went on a rampage, triggering alarms and air horns to prove safety protocols didn't work. It turned out he had been drinking, as a half-empty tequila bottle was later found outside. 20. A coworker propositioned a cleaning girl who was helping us after hours. She was 15 and the owner's daughter, 21. An office assistant was tasked with shipping laptops, but left them unattended on a FedEx counter because the line was too long. She later mistakenly emailed confidential information to our competitors. 22. At a grocery store, a friend was fired for not attaching a receipt to his personal water bottle. The manager claimed it sent the wrong message to customers. Ironically, the manager was fired not long after for poor performance. 23rd. A coworker misunderstood how to measure feet and inches, causing critical trucking delays by improperly filling out permits. The incident got the entire trucking company blacklisted. 24. An employee falsely claimed a racist note had been left on her car. Security footage disproved her story, and she was immediately dismissed.